What's up, guys? This is Chris from DraftDashboard.com. Here are my DFS picks for NBA Monday, November 26th. These picks apply for DraftKings and FanDuel. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you don't miss our new videos. In this video, I'm going to go over my top picks for today's NBA slate. And if you stick around to the very end of this video, we'll use the Draft Dashboard tools to make a DFS lineup using the picks we just made. Okay, let's take a look at the point guard position. I like Kyrie Irving from the Boston Celtics playing the New Orleans Pelicans, who give up the third most fantasy points overall, and they're the absolute worst at and they give up the absolute most fantasy points to opposing point guards. Kyrie Irving has scored 38, 25, and 59 fantasy points in the last 3 games, averaging 41.9 fantasy points per game on the season in an average of 32 minutes per game with a 29% usage rate. Kyrie Irving is $8,700 DraftKings salary, only $300 more on FanDuel. Projected at 40.5 fantasy points here tonight. He's going to need about 44 fantasy points to hit 5 times value. He has 50 plus upside. The matchup couldn't get any better. It's a high-paced game. I love Kyrie Irving here versus the Pelicans. Real quick, guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. You can try all our DFS tools for NFL, and the tools for NBA are awesome. This is a great time to get in and try everything for 1 month. The tools are all about saving research time. You can see the last 3 games, the fantasy points per game, the targets they got per game, so you can see how involved they are in the offense, the rushes they got per game. Seeing all this stuff on one screen helps you save time and make better picks. Okay, moving on to the shooting guard position. I'm going to give you a super value play here. It's Malik Monk from the Charlotte Hornets playing the Milwaukee Bucks, who have a middle-of-the-pack defense overall, and they give up the second most fantasy points to opposing shooting guards. Malik Monk scored 33 fantasy points last game. He averages 19.4 fantasy points per game on the season in an average of 21 minutes per game with a 26% usage rate. He scored 33 in 23 minutes last night. This is a back-to-back. He didn't play that many minutes. He's going to get plenty of run today versus the Milwaukee Bucks. Malik Monk is only $3,300 DraftKings salary. He's $300 more on FanDuel. I love that price on both sites. He's projected at 20.9 fantasy points here tonight. If he gets that, that's 6.34 times value, killer value. There's an implied total of 235.5 points in this game, so there's tons of fantasy points to go around. I love Malik Monk here versus the Milwaukee Bucks. Okay, let's take a look at the small forward position. I like Cedi Osman from the Cleveland Cavs playing the Minnesota Timberwolves, who give up the 8th most fantasy points overall, and they give up the 2nd most fantasy points to opposing small forwards. Cedi Osman has scored 19, 34, and 37 fantasy points in his last 3 games, averaging 23.7 fantasy points per game on the season in an average of 31 minutes with a 19% usage rate. He only played 23 minutes last game, so he's going to be fresh, ready to go. It's a home game, fast-paced game. Osman is only $5,000 DraftKings salary. He's $500 more on FanDuel. At that price, you're going to need about 25 fantasy points to hit 5 times value. You see what he did a couple games ago. He has 30-plus point upside. He's got a ceiling of about 40 fantasy points. He's going to get the minutes and plenty of chances to score. I like Cedi Osman here versus the Minnesota Timberwolves. Before I continue with the picks, I'm excited today because we added a new contest for everyone watching. If you want to enter the drawing for $100 PayPal, all you need to do is like this video, hit that subscribe button, and make a quick comment below to be entered into the drawing. We'll reply to a random comment and let you know that you won, and then we'll send you $100 PayPal. So it's that easy, and we pick a new winner every Saturday and announce them in our video. So get your comment in now so I can add another entry for you. Okay, let's see who we have at the power forward position. I like Markieff Morris from the Washington Wizards playing the Houston Rockets, who have a pretty good defense overall, and they're about middle of the pack defending opposing power forwards. Markieff Morris has scored 33, 32, and 26 fantasy points in his last 3 games, averaging 21.8 fantasy points per game on the season in an average of 25 minutes with an 18% usage rate. This is one of my more risky picks. I'm kind of chasing those good games, hoping that he's going to get near 30 minutes and near 30 fantasy points for only $4,400 DraftKings salary and only $300 more on FanDuel. His projection is only 19.4 fantasy points, and if he gets that, that's 4.4 times value. So you're looking for about 24 fantasy points to hit that 5 times value. He's done that or better in the last 3 games. It's a home game, fast-paced game. I'm going to roll the dice with Markieff Morris despite the mediocre matchup. Okay, let's take a look at the center position. I like Clint Capella for the Houston Rockets playing the Washington Wizards, who have the 4th worst defense overall, and they give up the 5th most fantasy points to opposing centers. Clint Capella's been on a roll. He scored 38, 67, and 55 fantasy points in his last 3 games, averaging 39.9 fantasy points per game on the season in an average of 34 minutes with a 19% usage rate. Clint Capella is $7,900 DraftKings salary. He's $700 more on FanDuel. I think that's a great DraftKings price, under $8,000. He's projected at 36.7 fantasy points here tonight. He's going to need about 40 fantasy points to get 5 times value. He's got that 60, 70 point upside. He's been playing a ton of minutes. Let's see if he can keep it rolling. If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smiggity smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for week 9. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again, and good luck.